Alright, hello, welcome or welcome back to From Skeins to Stories, where fibers become fabrics and projects turn into memories. Welcome to my little springy chapter of the story that we write, or better to say, knit together. My name is Sarah, I'm coming to you from the north of Bavaria, and yeah, grab your knitting, get yourself comfy, get your favorite drink, and let's chat about all the lovely spring knitting things that, are on our hot needles now. So yeah, we start right into everything. But first of all, I want to say thank you so much for the overall overwhelming and great response to my first video. I could not believe it that you all loved it so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this amazing support. The knitting community is just, it's awesome, and I'm gonna be so lucky to be a part of it. So thank you. Now that we are all here, I want to start with what's on my needles for spring before I start with all the organizational thing, because there are, I felt like, hundreds of what's on my spring knitting list, or my spring knitting projects, or my favorite knitting patterns for spring 2025 on YouTube. And yes, they are lovely and I love them all, but this can be a bit overwhelming. So I thought, where do I start? How do I keep my knitting a bit more streamlined and sustainable so that I can get the most of things I wear? So I came up with the idea that it would be nice to have a kind of capsule wardrobe to build up over the year or many years, and yeah, that all the things I create mix and match together, and yeah, can be useful for different seasons. So this was overwhelming too, because of course everything is possible, and I thought, what do I wear most, what do I miss in my wardrobe, and what's not so useful, nice but not useful to have. So do I need 500 pairs of socks? No. Do I need 20 more bralettes? Yes, but no. And yeah, how many hats do I need? I already have 5. So the most things I need, like in terms of really need, because I don't have as many as I would need for a whole week, or yeah, the amount of sweaters that I would need is probably 5 to 6 in a week. So I have only 2, so I thought maybe sweaters would be good to have. And in the area where I live, even in summer, I could use a long sleeve sweater. So yeah, the No Frills by PetiteKnit is my to-go pattern for this. There are of course many other raglan pattern designs that are great, and you can also do your own design or construction thing and check out the internet. If you find any free patterns, you can always do that. But I had the No Frills pattern and it looked nice, and yeah, all the other knitters were very happy with it. So I started my spring knitting journey with the No Frills. And it's my color. I love the color so much. The yarn is very special to me because it came from Ali by Ali in Sweatpants, all the way from California here to Bavaria, and it feels so nice. It's the first time that I make a sweater with like a plant-based fiber. It knits up very nice. I thought that plant-based fibers would be a bit more tricky to handle and maybe a bit more sturdy on my hands. Can I say that like that? But not at all. This is like buttery soft without being greasy and disgusting. So it's very soft and drapey, and I think, yeah, it's the perfect choice for a spring garment when you still want to be covered and kept cozy, but still, yeah, don't want to wear a winter sweater like the Lume pullover that I made in the last episode, or the ranunculus or something. So this is perfect. I cast on for the size small, but you can still see it's very roomy. So I cast on for the size small, increase the raglan increases until the amount of a extra small, and it's still a bit wide. But I don't mind actually, so I'm going for a bit of a loungewear sweater design. And yeah, I used, I think, 2.5 skeins and I have 2.5 left. So yeah, I think it will be very nice. The only thing I'm concerned that will be a bit is the depth of the... Oh no, I can't do this because the sound would be gone if I cover the mic. I think that the armhole will be a bit deep, and when I wear it, it will pull up again, and like with the Lume pullover that I showed you in the last episode, the armpit will rise up like here, and then everything from the bottom will pull up as well. So yeah, I make the body a bit longer and maybe work with a bit of short rows before starting the bottom ribbing. But it is not a problem that can't be solved. It's just a little feature that I have to keep in mind when I finish it. So yeah, I'm working on this for about 3 to 4 weeks, I think, and I think I made quite a good progress, and I really enjoy it. It's perfect, and the color is just, it's my overall favorite color at the moment. So then I thought dress season is up. Maybe we could have a little like base layer dress when I don't want to have like, yeah, the sweater and pants usual style that I always wear. I'm also like the kind of dress girl. I love dresses, and whenever there's the occasion to wear one, I would wear a dress. Like, yeah, I love dresses. And a knitted dress I thought would be a labor of love, like endless knitting and a skirt, and I don't like fitted skirts, I like more the A-shape, yeah, flared skirts. I was a bit intimidated by the amount of stitches that go in that skirt. But then it was my birthday, and for my birthday there was also a sale from the designer Ronja Hakalehto from Scandinavia. I have no idea where she comes from, but she had a 33% sale on her patterns on Ravelry. And I turned 33, so I thought, hey, this must be the universe speaking to me that I really have to make this dress now. It was on my list like for a couple of time, and for a couple of months, not for a couple of times. And yeah, so I thought, yeah, I get the pattern and I start right away. Yeah, it's timeless, it's effortless, it's elegant, and I'm gonna make it in this, where do I have it here? In Sandnesline. I don't have a ball band with me right now, but that's the color. And there you can also see what I learned, or I show you in a second. So I started with this, and I made the whole thing again. And now it looks like this. So I have it twice, because what happened? There's everything fine with the pattern. It's very straightforward, it's well written, there are no issues with the pattern. I really recommend it. And the yarn is also nice, it's drapey, everything is fine, but it's knitted flat. And here's the issue, hear me out. My purling is way looser than my knitting, so it's always a bit of a, well, let's say I avoided knitting flat and purling in general, if it's not for ribbing, because the tension was such an issue. You could always see where I did the purl rounds, and not in a nice way, like in an uneven, yeah, it was like an uneven appearance of the stitches, and I did not like it at all. And then suddenly the universe called for me again. My YouTube was full of this videos with combined knitting, and I was like, what is combined knitting? And yeah, gave it a first try, and I was like, I don't change my purling or my knitting in the movement I do with my hand. It's basically changing 50% of my knitting when I start purling different. No, it was too much for my brain. But I gave it a second try, and then I found out that it was way easier to purl in a different way. And what it did to my tension was magic. I was like, what? Is this even possible? So this is how I do it. I place the yarn in front, and then I just go the opposite and swipe the stitch off the needles or the purl stitch. which is much quicker and evens out my tension problem. So, and on the right side I knit it through the back loop. And it's not possible any other way because it's twisted and you can't put the needle into the stitch. It's kind of locked. So yeah, that's quicker, that's neater, and that's how I do it now. And it's always, it's not always, it's already natural. Like the movement is like connected to the needles, right? Like I knitted it on a 4mm needle, like the pattern called for. And can you see it? Like those rows down here, they are much neater and tighter and nicer than all of it above. And I thought, yes, that's what I needed. I just need to do my pearls when I knit flat a bit differently to achieve a tighter gauge, hold everything together, and it even is a more fluent and easy movement with your hand because you only flip the pearl stitches off your needle, and on the right side you knit through the back loop of your knit stitches, and it's not possible any other way around because you just can't get into the stitch. So yeah, I will film a little sequence where I do it to show you what I mean. But for now, this is what I did. And yeah, so this is going to be ripped back and I can use the yarn for the dress. And I learned something new and it changed the game. Like now I can knit flat things, which I avoided for years. And I was so happy when I discovered that. So this is the progress I made so far with the Hilja dress. I think it's going to be a bit wide, but the armholes they will have a ribbing, and yeah, it's going to be not so deep because yeah. I'm not going to cover the mic because you can't hear me, but yeah. This is the progress, and I hope for the next episode I can show you the skirt, and hopefully I've chosen buttons because it's button down top construction. I really love that, and yeah, the designer also has a top I really liked, or a t-shirt, so to say, the Hilja tee and the Hilja dress and the Hilja tee. That's what I ordered for my birthday, and yeah, I'm sure you're gonna see the t-shirt for a summer knit and chat episode, I guess. So yeah, I have this yarn from, it's Sandnesline, and I don't have it from Sandnes, I also have it from my friend Ellie, which she's adorable. It was so kind, her package was amazing. So it's the Sandnesline. Do I have any problems with the yarn? I would not say it's my favorite. It feels nice, it looks nice, and I think it will wear nice, especially for summer because it's really cool on the skin. But it's not like twisted very tight, so you always have this little splitting going on. Yeah, it does not really show on camera, but yeah, it's not really, yeah. I tried different needles, I tried different needle sizes, and the best thing I could find were those Adi premium lace. They have a very pointy tip. So yeah, that's pretty easy. Or it's the easiest way to knit with this yarn that I found out. So the needle and yarn combination was very important on that. I usually use wooden needles, or yeah, or I just don't mind which kind of needles I use, but for this project I had an issue to find the best choice needles for the yarn. And I think by the time that I start knitting the skirt and the round it will be easier, but for now with the Philly knit and purl stitches while knitting flat, it's a bit, yeah, tricky to like match all the loops with the needle. I don't know how to explain that best, but you know what I mean. So now, what else do I want to make? So I have a dress as a centerpiece, and I know what kind of style I want to create around it, which is pretty basic, but I also want to develop my knitting a bit. So I'm interested into all kind of cabling and knot stitches and different kind of texture patterns. And so I wanted something that's like an entrance into textured larger garments. And I thought the Honey Cardigan by Kutovakika is, yeah, it's stunning. I love yellow. Yellow is such an underrated color to wear, I think. And I wanted to make this cardigan for quite a while. So yeah, why not make another like large scale garment after a dress and a sweater? I need another cardigan because this is the only cardigan I have, or the only cardigan I wear. And yeah, to be honest, it's not something you should wear in public anymore. It's store-bought, and yeah, I don't know why I wear it so often. It's just cozy and comfy and like a comfort piece, but yeah, it needs something to replace it. So it's maybe I can stand up. Like this overall grandpa style, not so nice anymore. Cardigan with a V-neck, and I think this is like, is it a drop shoulder? No, not really. Or yes. Well, I wanted to have a similar construction like this with a V-neck, flat, double knitted button placket, and yeah, long sleeves for sure, but not that wide. It could be a bit more narrow on my wrist. And yeah, something like this. And I think the Ava cardigan, or Ava cardigan by PetiteKnit is kind of that style. And yes, that's also on the list, but for the first try I wanted to make the Honey Cardigan. The Honey Cardigan is different because it's closed up until your neck, but you can always wear it open. I think that's a styling issue, not a construction issue. And it's knitted in fisherman's rib, which I had troubles to find out what does this mean in German. What's fisherman's rib? It's not brioche. We have half brioche, rib, and so what's fisherman's rib? I don't know. So I have the book by Kutovakika called Knit This, and it includes the pattern of the Honey Cardigan. And in German, I did not get it. I did not know how to knit this. It's texture. And I checked it on YouTube, and it was still, I did not understand what I had to do according to the pattern until I got the English pattern, because my knitting language is definitely English. I use English knitting terms in my German knitting all the time. So sorry, I could not understand the German pattern, but I got English, and it's a yellow cardigan, and I wanted a yellow cardigan. Hello, this is the yellow I chose. Isn't it amazing? I hope the camera, I think it's, yeah, I think it catches the color very nice. It's a cotton blend chain yarn by Lana Grossa, 50 grams, 150 meters, and it's 37% cotton and 27% polyamide. Right, and it's a chain yarn, and it's super soft, and the color is like the perfect banana milkshake color. So yeah, the dream of the yellow cardigan is coming together, and that's very, very nice. I'm very excited to cast it on, and I will let you know how this yarn knits up, because it feels a bit like a blown yarn, but I don't have any good experience with blown yarns. Like the Drops Air, just to name, it's not that the Drops Air is not a good yarn or anything. It happens with all the other blown yarns I use as well, that it's peeling like crazy, and the fibers are coming out of this tube they are blown into, and then you have those thin parts of the fabric on your elbow or somewhere. It's just not a yarn type that I would prefer or use again. So this feels as cozy and as light as a blown yarn, but it's a chain yarn, and I think it will hold up a little bit better than this. So yeah, the Honey Cardigan by Kutovakika. What I already said or mentioned is that I also want to make the Eva cardigan by PetiteKnit, which is a nice European shoulder construction. And yeah, I think this will also be a very versatile piece on my wardrobe to have. But I have not chosen a yarn for it already. But there was a drops sale a few weeks ago when there was my birthday, or even before it was my birthday in February, I think. There was a huge sale on Drops Fiesta and I got a bit bananas about it. And I ordered yarn and I had a couple of those colors. I have a sweater quantity of this, and I already used one of the pinkish Fiesta colorway for a hat. Now FOMO kicked. I really wanted to have every colorway and I ordered more. So yeah, there is another sweater quantity of this on its way to me, or shipped to me, and yeah, they have some issues with the shipping, so I got the price with the discount, but it will be shipped in 1 or 2 weeks. And then yeah, my plan was to knit it up before the next order arrives, but in the end, yeah, time is limited, you know. And so yeah, I will have a lot of Drops Fiesta, and you probably will see a lot of Drops Fiesta makes and how I like them or not. So now I need something to drink, so. Alright, now I have a lot of basics and a lot of larger garments that require a bit of time to complete. I also want to make some tops and camisoles and t-shirts with short sleeves or no sleeves, of course. So I thought, would you be interested in making a kind of recipe for you on how to draft or design or construct, however you want to call it, a basic camisole or tank top? Because yeah, they are a great stash buster, and your response on the last video was amazing, and a lot of you wanted to know how you can knit your own camisole or tank top or whatsoever, and how do you do it. And yeah, everyone was very interested about that. So I think it would be nice to share a bit of a recipe, not like a pattern, because I'm not a pattern designer, and yeah, it's a bit tricky to have something like a camisole fitting everyone's body type, because yeah, the proportions are very different. And yeah, I think it would be best if someone chooses needles, yarns, gauge, and then knows how to adjust it to your own measurements and make it perfect for yourself. I think that would be a very nice idea. And yeah, also I want to give something back to you, because the community is so nice and giving, and I want to share, and definitely not want to gatekeep knowledge at all. So everyone should be able to make or create their dream projects. That's what we're here for. So yeah, this is very exciting. And same goes for the panty. A lot of you loved it, and it was a crazy adventure for me too. So yeah, we could make a little series of videos where I show you how to do it, or how I do it, and you can do it too, because if I can do it, you can do it, definitely. So yeah, let me know what you think about that idea. This would be very nice. And now, oh, I have another project that I started on, yeah, on my birthday. It was a birthday cast on, and that's also worth its story. So this nice fluffy thing, can you see it? It's huge. Oh man, this was in the naughty corner for a long time, and actually it was my birthday gift from 2 years ago, when I wanted to have a sweater quantity for making the champagne cardigan by PetiteKnit. So my mom gifted me the yarn to make it, and it happened as it always happened. I started it and I completed all the body and held the mohair and the yarn double. Everything was just fine. I even did an Italian bind off. And then I tried it on and I just did not love it. It was just like, oh, this is how it looks? Really? I put so much time and effort in it and I just did not love it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna set it aside. It's going into the naughty corner, and maybe if I would really love to, then I rip it back. So I ripped it back and then never touched it again until 4 weeks ago. And where I thought, oh yes, the yarn is nice and it deserves to be a well-loved project. And then I cast on for the Cumulus blouse. Because my friend Martina, she shared a very nice stripy version of it, and I was like, yeah, I need something that follows that construction. It's a raglan construction with a V-neck, pretty simple, and yeah, I followed a size small, I guess, and holding a DK weight yarn with a mohair. It was already like ripped back in a ball, so yeah. And again, like every other PetiteKnit pattern that I knit before, it turned out a bit roomy, I would say. Now, I think it's not a problem because I think there will be a little ribbing around the collar and everything will be fine. But other than that, I just did my thing. When I finally completed the raglan shaping, I decreased a bit under the arms to make it a bit more narrow because it was very, very wide. And I don't like roomy, but not like a potato sack, you know? Yeah. And as a little design feature, I thought I would do a little drawstring and then do the ribbing, so it will also have a bit of a loungewear look. Or if I can wear it over a dress, I just make a little bow around my wrist and pull it up a bit so it looks a bit feminine and playful, and yeah, everything I love. So yeah, same goes for the arms. I don't know if the Cumulus blouse arm construction calls for any decreases, but I did. And yeah, I'm definitely going to make it until half of my hand, because that's a length I really like. And yeah, let's see if I finish this one before my next birthday. It really deserves to be finished. All right, so I think, oh, I have some more because it was my birthday. I also got gifts that are knitted related, and I want to organize my knitting even a bit more, and I want to learn more, and I want to learn about cables and lace and how to read and write patterns in it, where I'll show you like this. Yeah, they are very old, and it says it's made by the help of the museums and yeah, private collections of people in the area. And yeah, it's very nice to have, and it always shows you the pattern and rounds and flat. So I think this will help me to understand how to read and write all this, and like getting the essence of how it works and really understand the techniques, and yeah, like bring up my knitting game a bit and incorporate this into designs that I like. So if I want to construct or design a simple t-shirt, tank top, camisole, whatever, or even like a cardigan, I want to be able to add cables or a little bit of lace or yeah, whatever I like onto it, and yeah, make it my own and hopefully share it with you. So, oh, there is something that they had in the bookstore where I picked it up. How is it? They had this. And I needed to have it. I mean, we all have enough scissors, I know, but it's a cat scissor. Isn't it cute? Yeah, just could not say no. Yeah, it's a little toy. So, what else do we have? I think for today, yeah, for today, I think that's it. Please let me know in the comments below if you liked it, or what do you think we should incorporate into our next little tip, because I think this is something that we can do regularly, because why not? There is always something nice to talk about. And yeah. Oh, I forgot something. I have a 2-year-old daughter. She will turn 3 in May. And I went to the yarn store with her to pick up the yellow cardigan yarn. And she asked to have a Soldotna in a teeny tiny version for herself. And how could I say no? So that's the colors she chose for a teeny tiny baby Soldotna in a toddler size. She's a little cute pink princess and she loves everything purple and pink. So yeah. This will make the most amazing teeny tiny Soldotna ever. I think I will make it for her birthday and keep my fingers crossed she will wear it, because she's never really excited if I tell her to wear something warm. But yeah, she chose it, and how could I say no? So we will see if we can have a tiny version. And yeah, probably some of you are interested in the stitch count and everything I use for that, so I will be happy to share my modifications on that as well. And yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, please let me know what you're knitting. What are your plans? Do you plan your knitting according to your mood, or maybe like organize it so you can use it all year round, or maybe that's not possible in the area where you live because it's always hot or always cold. For me, it's always a bit in the middle. And yeah, I'm very happy to share all this with you and finally have the ability to make a new video for you and get in touch with you. And yeah. So again, thank you so much for watching, for all your nice comments and the love you shared in the comments, and thank you for supporting me on this journey. I hope I can, finally give something back to you. And yeah, this was it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below, and yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. And until then, happy knitting. Bye bye.